Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for being here. I am super excited about this look. This is part 2 of my Sailor Moon makeup and body paint. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, please keep watching. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the necklace because that's going to be kind of our center point, and it's going to help me guide the rest of the line. So I'm starting with the little half moon, the crescent moon that she has on her necklace as my center point. And no, I'm not naked. Let's just get that out of the way. I actually had a clip where, it showed me like finagling my tank top because I just wear an old t-shirt or an old tank top as a tube top when I do this because I don't typically paint over my chest, so I stop at my cleavage. So the next thing we're going to do is just kind of start to draw out the desired shape, which is more or less kind of where her blue sailor suit, I don't really know like what it is, but it's like the overlay that's on her little schoolgirl dress. And so you can see my tank top there, not naked. We're not gonna talk about it again. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is kind of just start drawing the bow, and I didn't like the shape that I initially drew with this, so you're gonna see a few different parts where I take a baby wipe and I wipe off the shape. I could have taken that out and been like, yeah, I'm perfect, I get it right on the first try every time, but I don't. So I wanted to leave that in so you can see how easy it is to wipe off and start over. And that's the cool thing about using the water activated body paint. It's really easy to wipe off, so if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. So I'm just taking that, this is actually number 4 round brush on water activated paint, and I'm using the Wolf White for this. Just trying to go as lightly as I can because I will be going over it with other colors. So once I have the shape that I like, I'm going to start to add the detail. So this is kind of the outline of her sailor suit, and we're only going to be doing the top half. And checking, making sure it's symmetrical, we like it. So moving on to the next thing. I must be mixing up some paint. I don't know why this is still in here. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is going to draw the detail in her locket or whatever brooch that she has there, and it has a little jewel on it with a crescent moon. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the white stripes that's on her collar, and I'm just using a flat brush to do this, and I'm just going slowly straight down my shoulder to try to get a straight line. If it's not perfectly straight, it doesn't really matter because what I went and did, because you see how the lines kind of connected there, I just went with a clean paintbrush with some water, since they're water activated paint, and just wiped it away. It was that easy, no big deal. So I did that on both sides, and you can see me kind of going over it again to make sure that it's really opaque and not spotty in the color. Yay, and we're happy because I made a straight line. So I'm kind of wiping away the bow again. I decided, okay, well, the bow is not large enough because her bow kind of overlaps her collar, so I made the bow a little bit bigger. Once I liked the shape, I mixed up some red body paint. This is the Mayron Paradise paint in red, and I'm just using a big flat brush. I think it's 3/4 to 7 inches what I'm using, and I'm just kind of filling that in. Going really slowly around at first and then filling it in. And I fill in the entire bow red. I don't worry about any of the black lines or shading until the end. And it doesn't matter if you accidentally overline anything or your lines aren't perfectly straight, because I'm going to go in and outline everything in black anyway, so I wasn't super worried about it. So just kind of filling all of that in. see, this takes some time because I was going slow. You have to sometimes mix up more paint, which is okay. So just take your time and have fun with it. For me, this is just like, you know, painting a picture. This is relaxing to me. Some people do watercolor, some people do oil paint, some people like to color in adult coloring books. Body painting to me is that form of relaxation, but I'm using my body as a canvas. So now I am taking the Mayron Paradise paint. This is the Brilliant Blue, or Brilliant Azure is what it's called. It's a metallic blue, and it is gorgeous. I wanted to use the metallic to give myself a more three-dimensional look, and I'm super glad that I ended up using this metallic blue instead of the flat blue, because I really think it made the entire body paint. So I'm just kind of filling in those areas where it should be blue with a smaller flat brush, and as you can see, I'm going like little bits at a time because I don't want to accidentally get it in any of the white or in the red. But if I did, no big deal, I can wipe it away and put more paint there. So I'm just going to fill it in. And when I do body painting, I don't typically paint any farther than my shoulder, because usually it's for pictures, or if I were going to wear this out as a Halloween costume, I would likely have someone paint my back all black or something, so it's not such a harsh contrast, because I can only paint the front of my body, obviously, and I don't know anybody around here that body paints, so to have someone else paint the back would be difficult to find. So then I'm just kind of filling in around that brooch, la-di-da, and I do go over this color a couple times because different paints, different water activated paints have different formulas. Particularly the metallic colors are not as opaque as the solid colors because the formula is different. So I had to wait till it dried a little bit and then go over it again to make sure that it's nice and bright. And then I'm just filling in the rest of the blue in the middle of those two lines with a smaller flat brush, trying to be careful, but not worrying about it being perfect. And then here's me Facebook living what I'm doing, because that's something that I do on my personal Facebook, and every once in a while I'll do like a giveaway. So I actually was doing a giveaway and I was announcing the winners of the giveaway there. So now I'm actually using another Mayron Paradise paint in gold. I don't know exactly what the color is, and filling in the little moon. And this color is another one of those colors that you actually kind of have to go over again. And the only thing that I didn't color in the brooch was the little circle, because I was going to color that in pink. And then the rest of the moon shape, I decided that I would just go over with in black. And then now I'm filling in the little gem with another metallic shade, and then creating the red necklace with a small flat brush. All a flat brush is, in case you're wondering, is like a rectangle shape or square shape. A round brush is one of those brushes that looks like your traditional paintbrush, like you would think a paintbrush would look like, with the tapered end. So I accidentally lost some footage because I had to change SD cards because I was running out of space. So what I did off camera was fill in all the white with that same wolf white, and then start outlining everything in black. And as I started outlining, I'm like, you know what? Comic books are amazing. I love comic books, and I think this Sailor Moon would look really cool if I turned her into more of like a badass comic book character. So that's kind of what I did. So you can see me here just adding the shading on the bow, making it look three-dimensional and kind of making it pop. And at this point, I wasn't using a reference picture because I was kind of just going off the top of my head. And when I do these things, a lot of times I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So it is what it is. So okay, so now we're going to start applying her crown, and I'm using that gold color on another small flat brush, and I have to go over it a few times to get it to be dark enough so you can see it. And then once I like the shape, I'm just connecting them in the middle, and I wasn't too worried about if it was perfectly even because I was going to be adding a gemstone there that would cover up the middle anyway. So just making sure that paint's nice and smooth and it sticks out and is visible. I'm not very tan right now, so yeah. Then I'm just outlining all of that in black, and I'm kind of going back and forth in quick brush strokes because I wanted it to look more comic book like instead of very neat and clean. And in case you missed part one, in part one I actually did the makeup portion. So what I did was try to make my eyes look as big as possible without physically drawing them on top of my eyelids, like a lot of artists do. I wanted to become the character. So here you can see me just adding random lines, and like I said, I wasn't using a reference picture for this, so I was just kind of thinking about it. You know, if I was a comic book character, where would I have shading? Where would the light be coming from? So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just adding some shading, because in comic books, typically the artist will choose a direction for the light to be coming and then have more shading on that side than the other. So what I did off camera, I lost a little bit more footage. I used some red body paint and put that all over my lips and overlined them. And then I pressed on that jewel. So that's just a craft jewel that I got at the craft store, and I used eyelash glue to attach it. And now I'm just outlining the necklace last. I wanted to make sure that I did the necklace last, because if I was moving my neck around and looking down, I would have smudged that paint everywhere before it dried. As you can see, I smudged some under my arm because I kept having to like cross my body. So here you have it. That's the final look. Thank you very much for watching this. I'm super excited about this. I was a huge Sailor Moon fan when I was young. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe.